You know what drowning looks like. Someone thrashing in the water, waving their arms, shouting for help, splashing. You'd spot it instantly. That's a movie. Real drowning is silent. There is no shouting, no waving, and almost no splashing. It takes 20 to 60 seconds, and it can happen 3 meters from you while you're looking directly at it. This is the single most useful thing I can tell you in 5 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot something that most adults walk straight past. The reason nobody spots it is that we've all been trained by film and television to look for the wrong thing entirely. We're watching for a performance. Drowning isn't a performance. It's a physiological process, and that process specifically removes your ability to do any of the things you'd expect. Start with shouting. Speech is a secondary function of the respiratory system. Breathing comes first, always. A drowning person's mouth is sinking below the surface and reappearing. There is barely time to exhale and inhale before it goes under again. There is no spare air for a sentence, not even for one word. Now waving. Waving requires you to lift your arms out of the water and move them laterally, a voluntary act. But a drowning person's arms are doing something instinctive and automatic, pressing down on the water surface to push the mouth up toward air. They physically cannot stop doing it to wave, any more than you can decide to stop blinking mid-sneeze. This whole set of behaviors has a name. It's called the instinctive drowning response, described by Francesco, and it's what people actually do in the final seconds before they go under. It is not a decision. It's the last thing your body does automatically when it's out of options. The body goes upright, vertical in the water, with no supporting kick. A swimmer is horizontal. A person in trouble is standing up in water they can't stand up in. If you see someone upright and not moving forward, that's not resting. That's the sign. Here's what's actually happening physiologically. When water hits the larynx, the airway spasms shut. It's a protective reflex, the body sealing the lungs off from water. In most drownings, very little water ever reaches the lungs. The airway simply closes and stays closed. From that point, you have somewhere between 20 and 60 seconds at the surface before you go under. Not minutes. Seconds. That's the entire window. It is roughly the length of time it takes to check a text message. With children, it's faster and quieter still. A child has less air, less strength, and less time. The old lifeguard rule is that children playing in water make noise. When they go quiet, you get to them immediately and you find out why. Silence around water is the alarm, not the reassurance. So here's the actual list. Head tilted back with the mouth open at water level. Eyes glassy and unfocused or closed. Vertical in the water, not using the legs. Trying to swim in a direction but making no progress. Hair over the forehead or eyes and not clearing it. And gasping, a fast, shallow breath cycle instead of a rhythm. And one more, because it's the one people describe most often afterwards. It looks like someone trying to climb an invisible ladder out of the water. Arms reaching, pushing down, reaching again. It's not a signal. It's just the body doing the only thing left that gets the mouth above the surface. But knowing the signs is only half of it, because there's a second failure that kills people, and it's the one that catches the person trying to help. A drowning person is not thinking. They are a set of reflexes with one goal: get above water. If you swim to them and get within reach, you are the nearest solid object. They will climb you, not out of malice, out of instinct. This is how a huge proportion of drowning deaths happen in pairs. One person in trouble and one person who went in after them. The rule taught to every lifeguard is 4 words. Reach, throw, don't go. Reach with something, a pole, a branch, an oar, a towel. Throw something that floats, ideally with a rope. Don't go in unless you are trained. And whatever else you do, call for proper help first, not last. Here's why this video exists. Drowning is one of the leading causes of accidental death worldwide, and a significant share of those happen with other people present. Not absent. Present. Watching. The problem was never that nobody was there. It's that nobody knew what they were looking at. You now know something most adults don't. Head back. Mouth at the waterline. Upright. Silent. Going nowhere. That's it. That's the whole thing. It takes 20 seconds to learn, and it's the kind of thing you only ever need once. Send this to whoever takes your family to the pool. That's the whole ask. Subscribe if you want more of this, but honestly, just send it to someone first. See you next time.